MaandaMahulu.
Nah.
Varimini fedzi.
I'm good, bro.
Nandione manandovanga manda.
You're not in feds.
Can you tell us about yourself, my guy?
Damn, where do I start? So, my name is Manda Colin Magwedze, aka iMght, aka Matimba-mambiri, aka MaandaMahulu, iMght. I'm an artist, rapper, sometimes singer. I'm a producer. I'm an animator, videographer. Yo,
my man.
I'm a lot of things.
So you're just creative?
Yeah, just creative.
How did you get into, how did you find yourself creatively? How did you know that if I, get into animation, it might work out? If I get into music, what happened?
I don't know. It just came to me. I had an interest of drawing though, as a youngin. I remember in, I think grade 6. Yeah, grade 6. In class, I was supposed to be paying attention in class. I wasn't paying attention. I was drawing Goku, Vegeta, and they confiscated my book. They embarrassed me in front of the class. Man, it was sad. But I was laughing at that moment. I was just like, hey man, hey, I don't know what you guys are talking about. So I just started doing my thing. So I think from then, I knew I had an interest in like.
How did it go from passion to something that you can make a living out of?
One of my older brothers was completing his matric, and he was going to study film. And how that came about was, my dad had like an old camera and used to take like videos. I think we have like a lot of tapes with like videos of us as kids. So from there, he got the passion, he got like the love for that, and he went to study film. And I remember looking at the prospectus for City Varsity, because he was going to City Varsity in Joburg. I remember looking at the prospectus and I'm like, oh, animation, I could maybe do that, you know?
Did you know what animation was beforehand?
I actually did not. I knew I love cartoons. That's the other thing. Like, I still watch cartoons like every day. Even before I came through here, I was watching Adventure Time. So it's always been my thing. And when I saw that, it immediately caught my eye, and I was like, I think I should jump on.
How did your parents feel when you were choosing such a career?
Man, my dad told me go be a carpenter. My dad was like, go be a carpenter, bro. You are not doing this animation. What is that? You're crazy. But eventually they're like, nah, it's okay if that's what you want to do. Hey, just make sure you show about what you're doing, and hey.
So basically, your parents are supportive.
Yeah.
That's good to know, man.
Especially when I got started getting like stable within the field and like within the career, and started seeing, oh, okay, this is actually a thing. It's not a joke. It's actually a thing. They're like, okay, no, it's fine. You can do your thing. Make that money, you know, create whatever art you want to make, do you.
What was it like working on a TV project?
Man, so, that's a tough one. It was exciting, but it was like very challenging, because it was like the first time I'd ever worked on anything of, I was like straight out of college, and then I'm in the studio and we're like working, like, hey, shots, scenes, this. You're like, whoa, okay, whoa, what's going on? Oh, I gotta change that. Oh man, wow, oh, this is crazy. There's a lot going on, but it was empowering because you get to work with like people who have already been in the field for like a long time, and they know what they're doing, And you think you know what you're doing until you like get to work with them, and they're like, hey, you realize that, nah, man, I did not know what I was doing at all. But you know, it trains you, sharpens you, and it was fun.
Tell us a little bit about your music.
So, music. So, I started making music, man, officially 2012. Officially 2012, started making music. Before then, I'd make beats for one of my other older brothers, Champ. He used to rap. He's retired now. I think he's retired. I'm gonna try and get him back. But anyway, so I used to make beats for him. We'd make like concepts, and then he'd record, and you know. So after that, that was before I moved from Limpopo coming this side. So I moved this side, started college. Then I just went in and making beats and, you know, writing more, and one thing led to another. So at one point we shot a video which ended up on like One Gospel. So I used to do Christian rap, but I stopped because I don't know, it wasn't my thing. I think I was influenced by my brother and the background at home, because at home they're Christians. I'm not a Christian anymore. I'm like finding my way within the spiritual life, you know.
What do you mostly talk about in your music?
So I mostly talk about myself and my journey, like I'm saying.
Are you those rappers who talk about bling, like, yo, I got the nicest watch?
Here and there, because you have to speak your reality. So if I get bling, like if I get like bling and I have it, I will mention that, okay, I've accomplished 1, 2, 3, and I've managed to make this of myself. So I'll most definitely brag about it, because you have to celebrate your wins. And you know, I also speak about my losses, speak about like my whole life in general, like especially within like the spiritual pocket of life.
How do you feel about collaborations?
I love collaborating, especially if like actually only when the energy connects, because sometimes you can try and work with somebody and you can tell, hey, we forcing things here. It's not really, we're not really connecting. We're not really on the same.
But doesn't like maybe the beat connect you guys? You know, with a lot of hip hop kids.
Yeah.
You drop a beat, everybody starts like yo, and then everybody wants to drop bars.
Most definitely. Those cases are when like it's just a fire beat and the concept is fire, and you're like, oh, okay, let's do it. And then you get on the track, but you're like, ish, we're not really clicking. But sometimes the track happens, sometimes it does not happen. But yeah, I'm all for collaborations. I love working with people. There's a lot of talented people that I've worked with as well. So I'm all for that, bro.
What was your favorite collab?
My favorite collab has to be with my younger brother. He's also a musician. We recently worked on 2 singles called No Ahala and For You. And I think those are like my favorite tracks to date, because we click. He gets me. Sometimes I'll just come through and make a beat, not even finish it, and he'll get on it and kill it. He'll finish it. We'll get like a concept will just generate just in us vibing to the beat, and one line, he'll say one line, I'll come up with the next, next thing you know, we have a full song. It's always magical. Yeah, working with him. Afro Kai, Mungu Tribe, that's us, yeah.
Is there like a good hip-hop scene where you're from in Limpopo? How did the influence build up? Because I can see that your brother is in it, you are in it. What inspired that?
So with that, there was a bit of scene where I'm from, in Ilim. We had like, I was part of a group called, shucks, what was it called? The Masterminds. Damn, it's been a long time. It was me and two of my friends, and I was also part of a studio. I used to collaborate with artists from a studio called Backyard Records. Miss Lee, let's see, Phoenix. There's like a lot of guys from that area that kind of had it going before I even knew about, like, you know, the scene. They had it going for like a long time, and they just, you know, just linked up with them, and the vibe was cool, you know. They liked my vibe as well. They're like, yo, hey, come through, let's do this thing.
You mentioned that you were producing beats before jumping into spitting bars.
Yeah.
What happened? Were you inspired by somebody, or you just on your own without that confidence, you know? Just what happened from the producing of beats to actually recording?
Yeah. I was definitely inspired by my brother. So with the beats, it was through the guys from Backyard Records, because they would make beats. I'd go there and they'd make beats. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. All right. So I kind of acquired the skills there, and just practice, just make beats on my own. And then my brother found out about it. He's like, yo, I like that. Let me use that. And I remember the first song we actually recorded was called Flip. What was it called? Oh man, it's gone. It'll come back.
Are you motivated by the commerce side, or it's just something that you just love doing? And
it's definitely a bit of both.
What do you expect to get out of making music and releasing it?
Just telling my story. Just telling my story. One day I'm not gonna be here. The only thing that's gonna be here is the music, and you know. So I think actually yes, not that I think, it's definitely a thing of I want to tell my story, and hopefully the people that come after me can, you know, listen to it and understand my thinking patterns, my mind state throughout the journey, and you know, just maybe also they could get lessons from that, you know. And yeah, that's like my number one motivation. And then obviously
out of all your songs,
yeah,
which one is your favorite and why?
It definitely has to be, ooh, that is a tough one, actually. That's a tough one. Oh man, favorite. It's okay. It's a song that's not released. It's a song that I made inspired by my grandmother, who was a very strong woman. She was ill her whole life, and doctors kept saying she's not gonna make it past 12. She's not gonna make it past 15, whatever. But she made it, and she recently passed in 2019. So I made the song inspired by her boldness, her courage, her strength, mind state, which was to build wealth for her offspring, because we don't all come from silver spoons. We're not born with silver spoons in our mouths. So, but you still gotta make something out of yourself. And she proved that you could do that, even with her being sick, her growing up during apartheid times. Where it was tough. When old people tell you about, I used to walk so many kilometers with no shoes on. That.
On that point, what is the story that resonates with you that she told you, your granny?
What's the story that resonated with me? Okay. There's a lot. Shucks, man. There's a lot. I think it was one that she told me about how her... Actually, let me think about that one. But anyway, okay, it was about one way she would tell me about her typical day while she was still a learner, where she would have to go to school like very early. She was also she used to have to also like do chores for like the what do I even call these people? But like the white people that her mom was working for. So she'd have to do chores and still make time to study at a time where it was impossible to make the time. So she used to tell the story a lot when I felt demotivated and like unfocused and all of that. She'd be like, I had to work under these circumstances, and you are at a better position, so you could actually make something of yourself. If you focus, if you put in the time, put in the effort, and that's like one of the stories that stuck with me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Which age group mostly responds to your music, and what are they responding to? Are they responding because it's banging, or is it the message, or is it your skill set? What do you think?
Shucks. I'd say. That's crazy. I think it's pockets within the multiple age groups, and with the different age groups. So the response is mostly spread out. It's not like a concentrated response from one particular age group. And with like mostly I'll speak of age groups between, say, your 18 to like 30, right? It's mostly the response I've gotten so far from like most of the people that have hit me back and given me feedback is mostly on the context of the music, like what I'd be speaking about on a particular song and how that touches them, or how that kind of shapes their thinking or gives them a different perspective from their perspective on certain things. Definitely because the songs are banging. Definitely because we on there killing it. So
what would you say to a kid who's inspired by your life and want to venture into the creative side, doing animations and music, just like yourself?
I'd say you can do it. I'd say you can do it. If you feel like you can't do it, that's also correct. But I mean, I'm proof that you can do it. So I'd say follow what you want to do. I mean, it's cliche. You've heard people say that, but like, hey, if that's what you want to do it. And you gotta go in. And if halfway in the journey you realize, I actually don't want to do this, it's okay. You're allowed to be like, change your mind. You're allowed to do anything you want to do. So, yeah, that's what I'd say.
How will people be able to reach out to you if promoters want to book you, and where will other people find your music? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you can find me on the socials on Instagram at MaandaMahulu iMght, or you can find me on spitbarsmusic.co.za. That's where most of like my links are on. To like everything, to like your YouTube, to Twitter, everything. My music is on Spotify, iTunes, on all these streaming platforms. So yeah, you can find me anywhere. iMght, IMGHT.